Hi guys, it's Jamie and I'm here with Mandy and Emily and we're going to break down last night's episode of The Bachelor. What did you guys think? Bachelorette, sorry.
It's getting a little bit better overall, I'd say.
Really, you think?
Just, the first half was awful again, but the second half I was like, okay, now that we're like really trimming the fat, we can do this.
See, I don't like when we trim the fat because then you trim out the drama and then I'm just like watching people fall in love and like, I could just go on the street and do that. Maybe. That's kind of, I don't know, anything goes in New York. No, anything goes in New York. I don't know what you were talking about. So we also want to hear from you guys. So send us your comments, your questions, your concerns, your neuroses, your musings, anything we want to hear it. So let's start with our Bachelor buzzwords. Mine was take me home because obviously this is the week before hometowns. Everyone is just dying for that rose so that they can go home. So they're telling Becca their whole cases, their sob stories. You hear if anyone wants to propose, you get it all from them because they want to go home. And I also think it's kind of like cheesy. Like, do I trust them or you just want to go home? Because once you get home, you can now are in the running for the Bachelor.
Right. The Andrew Keegan guy, Jason, I think his name is.
Yes.
With the
yeah, he was the last one to get the rose.
He was so desperate to go to hometown. I thought he was going to cry. Like,
well, yeah, because then he could be the Bachelor.
Becca, he just wanted to go. Exactly.
Because I think he has a good chance of it.
Really? I'm not into him. I'm so bored with him.
I like Wells, but I mean Wills, but I don't think Wills can do it because he was 5th.
Yeah.
I don't like Wells
And
that
he announced
much.
this morning he's on Paradise.
So. You could still be on Paradise.
Yeah.
That's true, I guess, yeah.
Unless he messes up.
Yeah.
Unless he pulls a Dean. What was your buzzword, Mandy?
My buzzword was something to get off my chest. Similar to you, everyone had something to say last night, whether it was Leo and saying he wasn't going to propose if she picked him, Colton's virgin confession, Blake talking about his family confessions. Everyone had something to say last night.
Yeah.
Basically. Well, that's because if you haven't gotten your sob story out by week 6, I mean, what are you even doing
your last
there?
chance.
Yeah, this is your last chance. And now starting next week, everyone's going to be like, I haven't told her I love her yet, so I have to tell her.
I know. That even came up a little bit this week.
Well, yeah, I mean, obviously got to it with Leo saying he's not ready to propose because he's known her for, I don't know, a week and a half.
They've hung out literally for an hour total.
Yeah. A total over 4 weeks, an hour. So, like, really, I mean, I don't know. I get a little proposy feelings here and there, but, yeah, no, he can set it back. What was your buzzword, Emily?
Mine was concho, which I feel like is now a dirty word.
Yeah,
I guess
totally.
it is a dirty word. The way,
Well, they pronounced it wrong.
Yeah, I was that's how you pronounce it, right?
Conch, I think.
Yeah, it's a conch shell.
Conch shell.
Conch. Maybe it depends on where you're from.
Yeah.
I feel like it's a conch.
It got it was like the whole sexual innuendo around her.
Oh, it's amazing.
Colton, which, yeah, great production value on that. But I don't know. I thought it was funny, and I thought it was a nice little pick-me-up because at the beginning of the episode was a little slow.
And you also know that like the producers were like, Colton, you have to talk about your virginity on this episode because we are talking about conch, which could sound super dirty.
Right.
Totally.
If we want to make it. It was a complete double entendre. And then like they sucked some things.
Oh, that was so disgusting. That was almost my cringe-worthy moment, but
it wasn't.
But it wasn't.
And going into the cringe-worthy moments, mine was when Becca said she sympathizes with Ari, not because you are bringing up like the whole Ari Becca ordeal, but the fact that like these guys don't want to hear about your ex-fiance of like a month ago.
Right.
They've broken up so quickly that I feel like it's uncomfortable.
It is.
Greg, why let go Wills? We'll get to that.
Yeah, I don't.
It's great.
I have lots of reasons to
Wills
get rid of
is better
Wills.
for Paradise.
Yeah.
I mean, I clearly can't read also. I was just like, that was like that scene in Billy Madison where it was like, today, Junior.
Christina will be back next week,
Christina will be back. I'm sorry,
She's
you guys. She's on vacation, and we got a low budget, so I just bumped seats over.
It's Jamie.
Anyway, moving on.
Yes.
Tell me about your cringe-worthy moment.
Okay, my first cringe is Leo's front bun. Can we take a look? I cannot handle it.
Oh, you don't wear that?
No, what is that?
He just threw his hair up.
That's like the second he woke up and just threw it on top.
Yeah,
I know,
they were
but
like, oh, get up, you gotta get on camera.
He did it twice during the episode. I forget when the other time was, but there was 2 moments when he had the front bun, and there's no excuse. There is no excuse.
You know what it is, though? Because probably his hair looks so thick and heavy that if he puts it in the back, it probably falls. It has to be up
he
here.
He had the low back bun when they were doing, like, when they were catching oyster shells or something, and I thought it looked cute there.
Yeah.
Not
he
here.
has a lot of hair. Like, it's a lot. Like, the drains are clogged.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I want to see what his brush looks like.
Is he going to go to Paradise?
100%. That guy looks like he was made for Paradise.
I mean, I feel like also they left him like standing on the beach. I was like, yeah, so just literally cut to that in Paradise.
He's just gonna swim to Mexico. But also, I feel like, I mean, in the past we see that everyone from the previous season washes ashore in Paradise at one point or another. They might stay for an hour.
Right, he might only
but
be
like
there
he'll be there.
Yeah. Okay.
And you'll be like, which one's that?
Yeah. And my second cringe goes to Wells and his kissing.
Wills. I keep going to call him Wells too.
Yeah, Wells.
His kissing.
His kissing. I feel like I can, even though the sound isn't on, I can still hear it. It's just, it's too,
like a Josh Murray.
He moves his mouth too much. Yes, very similar to Josh.
You know, I didn't notice that. I was like, it's hard to watch. Like in general, I feel like I'm like zoning out. I'm more watching on Twitter and like reading people's tweets than I'm like physically have my eyes on it. Yeah. So I might not have picked up on the gross kissing.
There's a lot of kissing now that we're down to like her favorites.
See, I don't think she's kissed as many guys as other people have.
But she like makes out with them for a long time.
Well, I mean, I would make out with Colton.
Yeah, totally, yeah.
The Colton make out on the boat, it was forever.
She was so disappointed when he was like, I'm making out with you, it's so hot and steamy, JK, I'm a virgin. She was not happy.
Well, what was her first reaction? Really?
Yeah, she was like, oh. Emily, what was your cringe-worthy moment?
Well, speaking of that, it wasn't even Colton telling her he was a virgin, because I think that was awkward, but that was fine. It was the fact that she got up and walked away. I understand, and now she has said on Twitter that she was just having to go to the bathroom.
Right.
And Colton was like, she was. I can vouch for her. And there was no disrespect, but the way that it was edited did not look that way.
It didn't.
It's also interesting because you don't hear about them going to the bathroom at all. Like, that's just something that doesn't happen.
They don't eat, and they don't go to the bathroom.
They don't go to the bathroom. They don't eat. They don't really brush their teeth. Like, they don't shower. It's just like you're sitting there for hours on end. So to see someone get up, you're like, oh, she had.
I would love to see, like, between the scenes, if they could give us little teasers of, like, this is what their bathroom looks like, for real. Like, in the guy's house.
Oh, it's probably disgusting.
Yeah.
Oh, in the Bachelor mansion, it's disgusting. The drain is disgusting. Between that and the guy, between Leo and the guy with the long blonde hair.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, yeah.
Never going in there. It needs to be fumigated. But also, I mean, I'm kind of curious, like, does she have to tell Colton she has to go to the bathroom, or does she, like, go to a producer? She's like, excuse me, can we wrap filming for 4 seconds? I need to pee. Like, how does that kind of work, the intricacies of it?
Right.
Anyway, moving on to best lines.
Yes.
Mine goes to, again, we talked about this, the double entendre was just fantastic, so check this out.
Excited to find some conchs with Colton. Let's get that conch! It's something I've never done before, and he's never conch dived before, but he's scuba dived, so I'm just hoping Colton dives deep for that conch. Oh my god, so much conch! Diving for conch is much harder than I ever could have thought. My conch is out, ready for action, but I'm super impressed with Colton. He really knows how to work that conch.
I also love that she says he can work a conch.
Yes.
Which, I mean, you don't have to be a virgin. You can be a virgin and know how to work a conch.
You sure can.
That's true.
You can do it at all times. You
I
learn
love her
that young.
bathing suit. Shout out to her bathing suit. That was so cute.
You know
Becca
what?
has a sick body.
So good.
So amazing. And she talked to us and she said she doesn't really work out, so she's just genetically blessed.
Yeah, she's lucky.
I know. Must be nice. Can't relate. Hit me with your best line.
All right, my best line went to Becca when she shut down the conch talk at dinner, and then they go immediately into his virginity. I'm like, come on. I know this whole thing was like funny and whatever, but it was just too much.
You got to give it to the producers.
You got to give it to them. I think we have it.
Then, like, when I pulled it out, it just kept coming. I was like, holy
I just need to stop talking about conch. Anyways.
Yes. There's a conversation that I do want to have with you because it could be a potential roadblock for us.
God, I'm getting nervous.
I still am. I am a virgin.
Really?
Yeah.
I also feel like she needed to ask more follow-up questions.
Yeah, then really?
Yeah, really?
I'm curious if it was like,
I
I
have
know
a list.
Oh yeah, I'd be like,
totally.
tell me everything you've ever done with a girl then. Like, how does it work?
What do you consider a virgin?
Yeah, that's a really good question.
Yeah. I was
Like, has he
immediately
only,
thought
like-
that. Like, has he just kissed a girl?
Yeah.
So many
Oh,
questions.
wow. Wow, I have so many more questions now.
And what happened with Allie Reese?
yeah,
Is that why they broke up?
Well,
That was, yeah.
That's what was really surprising to me, that he was a virgin. I thought he was a born again after his relationship with Allie, because she talked about them like so seriously that like I was just
Maybe
fascinated.
she's a virgin.
But she's been through so much with all of her things going on that I think that maybe that was part of it. That's what I felt.
Oh, interesting.
That was the thought that I had, but then I
Oh.
was like, I didn't, I don't know. That's not obviously something he would bring up.
I
on
also
The
think it's
Bachelor.
interesting that Aly Raisman has not said anything. You hear from Tia every 5 seconds, but we have
Right.
not heard from Aly Raisman.
That's true.
I'm very curious
I'd like
how
her
she
to
thinks.
tweet about this.
Me too. She's a little busy.
Yeah.
Doing anything else.
Allie, please watch this and tweet about this.
Let us know what you think, Aly, if you're watching. Emily, what was yours?
I have two, actually. My first one goes to Garrett on the beach talking to her. It was like this romantic talk, and it was cute, but it was a little cheesy, so I think we have that one.
It's like, I'm not perfect, I know you're not perfect, the world's not perfect, but I think that we can be perfect together. So.
Let's like get the man a dictionary.
So charming. He was like, we can be perfect together, and it's like, did he read that off with teleprompter?
I think
just
so.
have
I know that sounds so bad that I think like he came up with it on his own. He's like, this is so good. He's like, I'm gonna say it and she's gonna love it. Like he thinks he's like a little Shakespeare. And you're like, that's not
I mean,
how
their
it works.
chemistry I thought was way better than everyone else's, in my opinion.
I like him and I like Blake.
I love Blake with her.
I like Blake too.
Like, I think Garrett may go the whole way. I don't know. But I feel like Blake and her have more chemistry. Garrett's a little, like, vanilla for me.
They all are relatively
I know.
bland human beings.
I liked Blake last night, and he got so heated about everything. I like that he showed some personality.
I think Blake is just like a little cherub. He's so cute.
Yeah.
But I also don't know if any of these guys can hold their own show, which is the problem with Ari as well.
I know. Blake, I think, has a good chance.
Okay,
shall
so
see.
my
we'll
second line went to Blake, which was actually really cute, and I feel like a lot of people actually believe this, which was nice, so let's show that one.
It's been incredible. It's been so much fun, and falling in love it's fun. It is. It's really fun, but I think staying in love would be even more fun.
Aw, I think that's what she needed to hear too, because like where she's in her mind state, I don't know. I feel like that's like.
Blake's the one with the mom?
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah.
And
We'll
don't
get
forget to send us your questions, your comments as we get
Yes.
to Blake's mom. Is that next? No.
not
We're
yet.
going to go out to our roses. Mine goes to Will's closet, you guys. He has some of the best
He
clothing
does.
ever when he came out in that leopard t-shirt. Like, I would watch an entire episode of Cribs about him with Diggy, perhaps, from last season.
yeah.
He, we have his floral romper he
love
wore
the romper.
a few weeks ago here. He just really brought his A game when he was packing. And I want to say, dare I say that his closet has more personality than most of these men. Anyway, also, I give my rose to his parents for celebrating 50 years together.
That's quite a feat.
I don't know if that is marriage or just in general, because then they would have been married for like 31 years before they had him, but you never know.
Yeah.
Good for them for showing people that you can be together forever.
Yes.
Or
That's very
50
nice.
In
years.
this franchise, it's very rare.
Very, very rare. You have Trista and Ryan, and then you have Will's parents. Who are you giving your rose to, Mandy?
First, the Baha Men. Way to come back after 18-year hiatus. Good for them. And I kind of liked the song, I'm not going to lie.
Who let the dogs out?
No,
Great
their new
song.
song.
Oh, their new jam, yes.
Their new jam.
We used to listen to Who Let the Dogs Out on my lacrosse team. We would like run to it.
Yeah.
And that's all I remember.
I looked it up. It came out in 2000, which means 18
that's
years
not right.
ago.
That's crazy.
That's crazy.
That's a
Yeah.
really.
So that was
really
9
crazy.
years when I was listening to it for
Yeah.
lacrosse. So like,
Oh my god.
I liked that it was like not just country this season.
Yeah,
Like,
well,
it stood out.
it's
They
true.
had Little John. in the
Little John was
beginning.
my favorite.
and it's nice because they are in the Bahamas. You get the country stars all throughout the United States for some reason.
Yeah.
And then once you leave the country, you really get the big A-listers like the Baha Men.
And my second one went to the Bahamas. They're having a week. They obviously were on The Bachelor, but they were, hello, Justin and Haley.
An integral part of,
Yes.
I would say, our century's greatest romance.
Our center.
Dare I say.
Justin and Haley came from the Bahamas, and Becca will too.
You know, if Justin Bieber and Haley Baldwin can get engaged in the Hamptons, not the Hamptons, I don't know why that just came out.
Hamptons.
Never mind, the Bahamas, then so can Becca.
Yes.
Why did I say Hamptons?
I don't know.
Okay. Emily, hit me with your rose.
All right, my rose actually went to Blake for being the first to say that I'm in love with you. I think it was sweet and it was time, but I don't know. I feel like it's nice to see the first person because it's like I don't know, ballsy.
Bakash says hi.
Hi, Bakash.
Is that the first guy who's told her he loves them?
Yeah. People have said him falling in love, but he was the first one to be like, I'm in love. And she said to the cameras that she felt the same way. And she wished she could say it back.
Yeah.
It's interesting that guys are just saying it now, because sometimes in the past I feel like they feel so much pressure. Like Robbie told JoJo on like week 2. He was like, I love you.
Yeah.
And everyone
like, that is not true. You've spent 2 minutes with her.
I mean, they've at this point now spent a collective 2 hours with her. So do you really love her? We'll never know.
And my other rose actually went to Leo for the opposite. I know that he went home, but he did tell her that he wasn't ready to propose, and like, good for him. He doesn't know her. So.
Can we just take a moment to take in the glory of his hair blowing in the wind?
I love it.
Sorry, yes, but I agree.
Never look that good blowing in the wind.
Never. Oh my God, mine would just be in my face.
I hope he's in paradise for a while.
Same.
If he goes.
I really hope he finds love.
I don't think he'll be there for a while.
You don't think so?
No, I don't.
Okay.
I don't know why. Who would you match him with him from Bachelor Nation?
Maybe Bibiana.
I think she's a little too wild for him.
Yeah.
How old is Leo, I wonder? Because Bibiana's like 32. She's looking to settle down.
I think he's old.
Really? The hair is just
taking
throwing
a while
you
to grow out
off.
that hair.
It does. That's not something that happens overnight. It's not Miracle Grow. All right, bags. I'm packing up the idea that on The Bachelor, you have to come out and say, I'm a virgin, which is totally fine. But then you have to go into extensive detail about it. Like, I'm a virgin. Let's move on. Like, Ashley, I had to go in extensive detail about it. Becca Tilly. Who else is a virgin? Colton. Are there other?
Sean Lowe.
Sean Lowe. We had a whole cover called The Virgin Bachelor.
Right.
He's a born-again virgin.
But, like, you don't go on and be like, I've had sex with 3 people.
But it doesn't count. It's okay.
Yeah, but, like, I'm saying it's right. You have to say you're a virgin and explain it, but you don't have to explain how many people you've been
It's just, like, a weird concept that you have, and it's, like, so much build-up to, like, I have to tell her I'm a virgin. Like, it's just a normal thing to say. Like, people do it every day in real life. You're just like, I'm a virgin, and the person's like, cool.
And then if they go to the fantasy suite, then the whole nation is like, did they have sex?
Right.
Are they no longer
Sean
a virgin?
Lowe had 3 sexless nights in the fantasy suite. And my favorite moment that's ever happened ever on Bachelor was when Sean and Catherine got married, and they kept alternating cameras between the altar and the bed that they would sleep in that night. I was like, oh my God. But it's just, it's so overdone. Just say you're a virgin. You don't need to feel the pressure about coming out and saying that for 6 weeks.
Right.
Just say it, and we'll move on.
Yeah,
also, it's kind of weird all the guys know.
Yeah.
Well, yeah, and he said, like, only a handful of people know. Like, you mean the men you told in the house?
And the entire
now the
country
entire
is watching.
nation.
But
everyone knows.
But also, like, would you tell your dad? He was like, he kept saying, like, I've never told my dad. Like, would you be like, hey, Dad?
I'm still a
I noticed
virgin.
that too. I thought that was so strange. I'm like, you talk about your dad to your dad?
I also thought it was cute because I thought it was religion, and he said it's not religion, it's by heart.
I did like that.
That was cute.
Because I was wondering
cheesy.
too.
Yeah, I assumed it was religion. I mean, Becca Tilly was religion versus Ashley Guy, who was just by choice. So he said by heart, which means maybe he didn't love Allie Raisman that much. All right, bags, Mandy.
Mine go to Blake's mom and his basketball coach. How awkward was that?
/ English teacher.
/ English teacher.
When I first heard it, I was like, his English teacher and his coach. Like, it was 2 separate entities. I was like, girl. And then I was like, oh, it's the same person. But, like, could you imagine finding out your mom is sleeping with your basketball coach?
I can't wait to meet her on Hometown.
I'm so excited, and the whole country's going to shame her.
Coach now
That's what I need to know.
Are they, like, on amicable terms that the dad and the mom are going to be there? Like, the whole country's going to, like, shame her next. You know that.
I need to know if they're still together.
I mean, maybe his parents worked it out. His parents might have worked it out.
Yeah.
There's good therapists out there.
That's true.
You never know.
Yes, there are.
We will find out next week on the Hometown dates.
All right, so my pack your bags. My first one goes to sequins. I know that every season we have a lot of sequins, but I feel like this season Becca is all about these sequin dresses.
She rocks
and
them well.
Like we said, she has an amazing figure, so she could wear anything. It's just getting a lot for me.
She just perpetually looks like she's going to her junior prom. Yes. If it's long, her senior prom. But
very first night, which I know you're supposed to dress up the first night, but she wore this like white gown that she should have been wearing on the last night.
Yeah.
Like she really overdresses.
Totally.
Yeah.
I mean, if you
dress down a little.
But I mean, the thing is, if you have a personal stylist, why not wear these amazing clothes?
Yeah.
She did tell us in an interview that she prefers to be in sweats and a robe than like dressed up. So she's probably uncomfortable.
Yeah.
Perhaps. We'll find out.
Good to know. My other one, sorry, but my pack your bag went to the Bahamas. I know you guys loved that.
I was indifferent.
I was a little know like what
Love
is
is strong.
here.
Love is a strong
When
word.
they came back from commercial break with Who Let the Dogs Out playing and a dog running down the beach, I was like, no. Count me out.
Well, I was hoping it was a dog party. I got really excited.
That would be
Yeah,
cute.
that would've been
Also,
great,
you know how like they're always like, oh my god, it's so and so. Like I would not recognize the Baha Men. I'd be like, oh my god, it's a bunch of men.
Yeah.
Like I would be like the Baha Men. Oh my god.
Maybe
my
if they were
dream.
singing Who Let the Dogs Out.
I probably would have assumed it was a cover band.
I would have been like, oh, it's that band from 2000.
Same.
I would be like, oh wow, a cover band. Of course they sing this in the Bahamas. Predictions for next week. Who do you think is going to do well in the hometowns? Who do you think is going to not do so
I'm
hot?
worried about Blake's family and the basketball coach.
I'm excited. I don't know why you're worried. I'm sure they figured it out by now.
Yeah.
How this family
and I feel
dynamic
like
works.
Garrett's family might be apprehensive because he was married before.
Yes.
To allow Becca in
Yeah.
so fast. So we'll see.
I think Colton's parents, I'm anxious to see what they're like because we don't really know anything about them.
And they raised a professional athlete, so
Yeah.
I'm sure they're pretty disciplined humans. I'm also curious how Tia and Kendall suddenly pop up.
Oh, yeah.
Because as we saw in the preview for next week, Tia confronts her again about her relationship with Colton and says she's really uncomfortable.
Is Tia like at Colton's house?
I'm just confused. Like, and
Yeah,
we saw
that's
that
very
Kendall was there
confusing.
too from last season. I'm like, this is hometowns. Where'd you guys come
Right.
from? So I wonder if that's going to impact her decision.
We'll see.
Do you have a front runner?
I like Blake, but I want him to be the next Bachelor.
I just
So
think he's so.
I think it's going to be Garrett.
I hope there's a shining star out of Paradise who will be the next Bachelor because these guys can't hold their own.
Yeah, I agree.
Sorry,
I'm
Mandy.
pulling-
I'm so
Blake
sorry.
can. I think Blake can.
I'm pulling
We'll
for
see.
Garrett, though. For Becca,
Yeah.
I'm pulling for Garrett. I think that their chemistry is better.
Yeah, I agree.
Yeah, I
The
think
rest
it's one of those like not to say it's Peter Krause like kind of situation where it's like I know she ended up picking Brian, but like when Peter walked out that limo, you could just tell.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I think I said it a few weeks ago, I wouldn't be mad if Leo was the next Bachelor.
I mean, I wouldn't be mad. I've liked him
No.
since day one. I love
I want to
that
see his
hair.
different hairdos. Like,
Oh yeah, okay.
Yeah.
I would
What if
not
he
be bad. It was
straightened it?
Will's.
Oh my
Could you
God.
imagine?
Or he did like cornrows. I don't know if that's
He
cultural
looks like
appropriation.
Fabio, right? A little bit.
He does.
Oh, yeah, like the
the
facial
blonde
structure,
guy
yeah.
looks more like Fabio.
Oh, you're right.
I don't. Chris,
No
Mark.
idea. No idea.
Didn't make it long
clue.
enough. Anyway, that's a wrap on this. And for more on everything you guys need to know about The Bachelor, go to usmagazine.com. Bye.
Bye.